Welcome to the Nick Fong Podcast. As the broker and owner of Ronival Real Estate, Nick has spent nearly 20 years in Baja, California, Sur. And in this podcast, he'll be talking everything Baja, from food and culture to real estate and property management. And now, here's your host, Nick Fong.
All right, welcome back to the Nick Fong Podcast, and today I have an exciting guest, Lorena Dromundo. And Lorena, welcome to the Nick Fong Podcast.
Hello, Nick. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here with you talking.
Well, Lorena, tell everyone a little bit about yourself. Where are you right now? Where are you from? And what is it that makes you special?
Well, that's a big question.
Let's start with the easy one. Where are you from?
Let's start. I was born and raised in Mexico City. I've been living here all my life. Right now I'm in Mexico City. But, well, I've been traveling around the world because I'm a pro downhill mountain biker. So that's, I think, what makes me special.
Yeah.
Because, well, since I was very little, like a little kid, I started riding. And, well, that is my life right now.
So, downhill mountain biking, how did you get started in that?
It was fun because it's a funny story because, well, I used to ride horses. I used to jump with horses and I raced with that. And, well, suddenly where I used to train at Ajusco, a mountain in Mexico City, when I come back from training with horses, I just looked around and I saw some guys with and like big bikes and all that, and I asked my dad, like, what does these guys do, right? So I just get out of the car and I asked them, and they just told me, we do downhill, we are like mountain bike riders, just bring a helmet, a bike. And then 1 month after, I came with all the specifications they give me. They give like the specifications of protections and whatever, you know. So the next month I went to train with horses, and after that I went to the bikes, and I just fall in love with that sport.
And Lorena, at that time, how old were you?
I was 11 years old, almost 12, I think. It was I was a kid.
Okay, and so for us, I mean, I mountain bike, but I'm not professional. What does it mean to be a professional downhill mountain biker?
Well, it means many things. I think in general, lots of fun doing what I do best and what I love the most. That's in general, I think. But also a lot of sacrifices, you know, because doing a sport that 20 years ago wasn't like very known in Mexico, it was very complicated to get sponsor. Even though I did it very cool with sponsorships, it was a hard mission. You know, it wasn't easy, and it's expensive. So also it was not well paid, and well, the scariest part of being a professional rider is to get injured, like many crashes, many injuries, and well, it's part of the game.
Have you been injured many times?
Yeah, a lot of times. Like, well, it's funny because I never have a broken bone, but something happened to me very, very scary, like a few years ago. Like, I was 23, I think so. I'm 30 right now. And when I was 23, I just I was riding my bike and filming, and I had a dumb crash, but my liver split in two, and my brain was bleeding, and it was very, very hard. So
Wow!
No broken bones, but I have a split liver.
What?
And my knockouts was like every weekend.
Knockouts, like you get knocked unconscious?
Yeah, unconscious. Not every weekend, of course. It's just like I'm saying, like, you know. But yeah, many knockouts because racing, you know. Like I was racing Pan Americans, nationals, World Cups, many things, and also downhill mountain bike is very very extreme. So you jump huge things, and the speed is full speed. It's like 80 kilometers per hour, like 50, 80. So any mistake, it's like you go blackout. You know?
Wow. I mean, you're wearing full gear, right? You're wearing a helmet, pads, but even with that, as fast as you're going, accidents, getting knocked unconscious is part of the game.
Yeah, and imagine if we didn't use all that equipment. It's mortal, you know. But well, also downhill, it's like many people is scared about downhill, but you can take the sport to the level you want. You know, I did it very very professional, so I was all the time in the line. You know, I was like all or nothing, like go for the win or end up knockout. Well, or well in second, third, but that wasn't work. That didn't work for me. I was like all or nothing. So.
And so, at the professional level for downhill mountain biking, is it men and women, age categories?
It's separated, men and women, and also like levels and age. But in Mexico, when I started 20 years ago, it was there was no women. I was the only one racing with men, so I was in the categories with men, and suddenly I started beating them. So
Wow! So you were beating men in are there the age categories also, or just an open division?
I started racing like in beginners full of men and me, and then juniors, senior. Like you know, I was 15, 18, 20. Until like elite category, that's not an age category. It's just because the level. I went to the top level, and I started racing with men. So I ended up in the top 10 fastest national riders. Just yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're still competing, or have you retired from competition?
Right now, I'm not competing. I think after COVID, like all this situation, like everything got like stopped, and also competitions. And also, I think I start like another part of my career. I don't know if I'm going to stop racing, but right now I'm not focused on that. At least right now.
So, Lorena, if you're not doing competitions right now, maybe in the future, again, what are you doing?
Well, right now I'm developing my own bike academy called Dromundo, my name, Dromundo Bike Academy. And well, I'm developing this project that has been running very cool in different places of Mexico. A lot of riders get into cycling, so this is like the perfect moment to do that. And also I really enjoy to teach people, you know, to take them to the next level and show them what I did since I was a little kid, and I've been doing all my life. And well, this bike academy is getting like the headquarters. I want to make them in Cabo. Yeah, in Baja. Yeah, totally. It's a very cool destination to do that, and also a lot of scenery and trails, and also there's another important part of that I also focus in trail building. So I build the trails, and with the bike academy can operate it. And also, if there's no bike academy on the project of design and build bike first, I also have like the know-how to run the business for private or like real estate or tourism or whatever, you know. So that's what I do.
Hey, thanks for being a part of the Nick Fong podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest updates. And if you're watching this on our social channels, please like and share. And if you want to be featured or you want me to talk on a certain topic, food, activities, culture, real estate in the Baja, drop a comment. And so you mentioned Cabo. When was your first time to the area in the Baja?
Well, my first time was many years ago, but like a normal tourist, like the all-inclusive hotel. I didn't know at all Cabo. I only went to the hotel and that was it. And then some local riders in Cabo started telling me like, come on to Cabo. And it took me like 1 year to decide to finally go. Everything just matched to make it happen. And well, I went to Cabo, to La Ventana, and Todos Santos, and I fall in love in that trip. Totally in love.
What is it about the area that you fell in love with?
Well, I think there's a particular vibe in Baja. You have to live it. It's difficult to explain because it's something very special. I don't know, but living life in Baja is quite different. It feels good. It feels like really living the life. I don't know if you can understand that, but being there, it's like you have a lot of time to do many things. You just wake up in a paradise, like just sitting next to the ocean, but not any ocean, because there are many places you can go to the ocean, to beaches, but here is quite different. And in Baja, I don't know, I can say you live outdoors every single day, surrounded by very cool people, and that's what make this place so special for me. It's like living outdoors all the time,
And you, in off camera, you have told me about your clinics, and you've done clinics here in the Cabo area. Can you tell us about what that is? Like, how long are the clinics? How many people? Who is it catered to?
Yeah, well, the clinics are right now happening in Cabo. And well, it's for different levels, different ages, and it takes like 2 to 4 hours. It depends on the level and the type of riders, but we usually ride in Sanjo Bike Park. And well, these clinics are about skills, technique, also like all the setup of your bike. Many things that people don't know, that they just buy a bike and just want to go riding, but they have no idea of how to make it in the best way to avoid injuries. Right now, like all injuries is like the first thing that we have to take care. Like
Yep.
don't risk a lot, and more because they are beginning or they want to push the level up. They can get very scared, if they just do it by themselves and suddenly they have a crash. And the crashes always will happen, it's part of the game. But if you are guided by some professionals, it's much better.
And so when you do these clinics, is it just yourself or is it a team that you have?
Right now it's just by myself, but also I have a team like with this bike academy. But it depends on the number of riders. It can be like 10 to 15 riders. We focus into it very specific, like very VIP attention, because if I could have a 30 people group, but that's not what I want, because like all the attention gets like all over the place, and well, that's not the point of the clinics.
And I know that we had spoken off camera once again that you're actually coming to the area here in a couple weeks. We're recording this in June, but you're going to be spending a good part of July in Cabo and throughout the Baja. Is that correct?
Yeah, I will be in July doing some content. I'm doing a project with the Cape Hotel and many other riders and athletes like surfers, open water swimmer, And we're like trying to communicate what Baja has to offer, not only like the party, and the all-inclusive hotel. There are more things to do here, like all these outdoors and the waterfalls, the hiking, the cycling, many things, surf, and we want to share that. Because there are athletes that fall in love with the place, so we are just sharing the passion.
And you mentioned different areas, Todos Santos, obviously Cabo San Lucas, but you've also been to areas like La Ventana, correct?
Yeah, and I must confess that La Ventana has been my favorite place. I'm in love with that. All Baja, it's incredible, but La Ventana is very, very cool.
And what makes La Ventana extra special?
The first thing that make it very special is that you end up the mountain bike trail, just in Mar de Cortés. It's like you just end the trail and you're at the sea. It's like, right. Oh my God, it's a beautiful scenery, and in front is Cerralvo Island, I think it's called.
That's right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like, I don't care how long I ride. I don't care anything. It's like I just ride, and I have beautiful scenery here, and I just want to sit here and see the sunset, and
you've been to many different areas professionally for mountain biking. I mean, and to say that Baja La Ventana is a special place, I mean, give me and our viewers an idea of where you've been in terms of around the world mountain biking.
Well, I've been in more than 15 countries, just riding and racing, all because of bikes. I never imagined that, but well, that became my life. So I've been in Scotland, Austria, Portugal, Italy, Spain, France, Canada, USA, Central and South America, many places, a lot of places. And La Ventana, like Baja, it's very special. I'm inviting all my friends all over the world, like, please come on, you gotta see this and ride here with me. Because it's a full experience, because you can go to Scotland. Like, I went there to race a World Cup, and it was beautiful. I love the place. I felt like I was in a Lord of the King rings,
yes,
or Harry Potter movie. But here at La Ventana, it's like a very warming experience and like 360 experience. Like a lot of things, lot of things.
I mean, obviously, you've been to the area several times already this year. You're coming in a couple weeks, and you were also telling me that your goal for the Baja is to spend more time here. Is that correct?
Yeah, totally. I'm going in July, in August, and maybe I will spend a couple months, December, January. I don't know. And well, the goal is to live there, I must confess, but yeah.
Well, Lorena, I really appreciate your time telling myself and the viewers what downhill mountain biking is all about and your passion for Baja and the surrounding areas. I'm going to actually get to meet you first time in person when you're here in a couple weeks, but tell all of our viewers, how can they follow you? How can they get in touch with you?
Well, they can contact me on Instagram, Lorena Dromundo, Dromundo, always ask how it's written. So, Lorena Dromundo, and you can contact me direct message or, there I always answer there.
Lorena, I look forward to meeting you in person in a couple weeks, and thanks again for your time, and for everyone else, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe, share this with your friends. Until the next one, bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Nick Fong Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ronival Real Estate and follow Nick on Instagram at NickFong_Ronival. Ready to find your Baja dream home? Check out the latest property listings at Ronival.com or findmexicohouses.com. Hasta luego.